Okay, my next one to show you is a little bit more complicated. This is teachermade.com. It is absolutely brilliant. If you've got a worksheet which is not interactive at all, but you want pupils to be able to do something on screen because they're unable to print for whatever reason, or you've got some boxes that you want to self-mark where they're typing words in or doing maths equations and stuff, teachermade.com is superb. Now, as always, with these sites that I'm showing, there is a premium version to it. However, it is the free things that I'm looking at. So I really appreciate TeacherMade have put the time in with this. So the way that you do it is you go to teachermade.com, and then you do have to register. Pupils don't need to register, but you do. Now, if you've got Google Classrooms, then you does actually interface with Google Classrooms, I believe. As a Teams user myself, that doesn't work. However, you'll see that I do get some very, very good information from it. So first of all, you need to sign up. So I'm going to log in because I have used this for several times. And there you can see a number of different activities. Now, I'm going to launch a new worksheet just to show you how straightforward this is. So I've gone to Actions, and I've gone Create Worksheet. I'm going to come up with a name of the worksheet. I'm going to call it Symbols, and then I get to choose my file. So my file for this, let me just navigate my directories. I've got a PDF file on this. So I've double clicked that, I found my file, and it's loaded up my Adobe Acrobat file there. So I click Make My File. And here is my worksheet. This is the worksheet that I've been using for years, normally pass out to pupils and normally get them to fill out the blanks. But I don't want them to fill out the blanks. I don't want them to write all this out because we're at home or they can't necessarily print it. And there are lots of different options up here. The first time you go through this, it does in fact talk you through them. Now, I'm going to click this short answer, fill in the blank, and then all I do is I just draw a little box over the top, and then I can edit the short answer and type in the word. So there you go, that's my first word done. And I can go through and do that with as many things as I want to. Well, the other things I can do is I've got a little true false box if I wanted it. So if there was a question, I can double click that. So, and the best thing about this is it all self-marks as well and actually gives you the information that you need. Now, the other thing, which is a little bit tricky but works really well, is this matching function here. So down here, I've got symbols and what they represent. So I'm going to draw my first little box over candles, and then I'm going to look at which one that's got to do with candles. Now, the answer here is this second one. So again, I'm on my matching, and I'm going to draw my second line there. And then all I do is I press Shift and click, and that links them up there. And again, likewise, let me do a second one to show you. So I do cross, I'm just selected that, and then I am going to select Jesus' death and resurrection, and I press Shift and link them up, and there you go. So you say, okay, got that, that's really straightforward. Now what happens next? Well, what happens next is you can go up to, okay, you can close the worksheet because you don't need it anymore, and it will appear in your list of worksheets here. Let me just, while this loads, and then I can click on Create an Assignment. So I give it a name, I click Next. I can use a Google Cloud, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do using a name or ID. Clicking Next. Here I've got how I want my scorebook to show me as a percentages or when I want them to see it. Click Next. I don't want them to create their own text boxes, but they can draw on the worksheet. That's fine by me. Click Save. And here it gives me this magic URL code again. Copy that to my clipboard, go into Teams, and then I share that with the pupils. From the pupil perspective, this is how it looks when they click on it. It takes them here, it asks them for their name, and then I click Start. And as if by magic, on the pupil screen appears the worksheet. So they can type in the first word or whatever words they've got. And then let's go down to this mix and match exercise. So I can do candles and I can draw that to there and take cross, and it just does that all for me. And when I think I've finished the worksheet and it's all done, I can simply click I'm done. This worksheet has not been completed. Am I sure I want to submit it? That's because if you remember, I did put a little true and false thing down here as well, so I'm going to say that's false. But again, obviously you can lay your worksheets out as you want. There you are. Now I'm done. That's now submitted. Okay, now the thing at the moment that I've not set on this is to get any feedback for it. However, as a teacher, back in teacher view, I can now see that Cody's got 75% correct, and I can click on that and I can load up Cody's thing, and there I can see that he's got a green box over that and he's got those lines done correctly, but this is outlined in red because that is false. So again, I've now got all that information and it's as simple as that. teachermade.com. You may need to play with that one, but it is well worth it.